Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of Uganda, the Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, whom I've known for a very, very long time, the Honorable Members of Parliament here present, our host this evening, Your Worship, Engineer Dangote Alionzi, I'm very proud of you. I have always referred to you as my younger brother. Although you were called and you never became a priest, you are now serving your people in a different capacity. And I have all the hopes and the trust that you will deliver to their expectation. Right Honorable Speaker, it's indeed a pleasure to have you here in West Nile, in Arua in particular. You have already been appointed as our ambassador. I trust you in all capacities to be our mouthpiece in those circles where important decisions are taken, so that West Nile is not left behind. Unfortunately, we are number 2 from the behind part of development in this country. We are number 2 to Karamoja. You are coming here should be an occasion for you to see what is in the West Nile and report accordingly. Because they say, I came, I saw, I conquered, and for you, you have come, you have seen, and you will report appropriately, so that West Nile is really addressed as a serious poor region that should benefit from the national cake. I wish you the best in your stay here in West Nile, and I also have wishes for you to retain your position, and you have already been ordained as the Speaker for the 13th Parliament, and will continue to interface. Thank you very much.
Honorable Alionzi is a listener. In 2024, when Honorable Alionzi came home with his friends, they were all putting on red berets there at Youth Center. When he invited us, and I spoke, and I told him, it is not proper to quarrel with the man who is taking care of the border with the gun. You better go and quarrel with him on a table when you are sitting together and you say we are not getting enough resources. But for you to confront that man when you are the other side and he is looking at you as an enemy, as a young man, it does not work. You listened, you left the red beret, you came to NRM. I want to say thank you. Our parents labor to pay us to school. Politics will not kill us. So choose politics carefully, because you have value to your family, you have value to the community. And I want to thank you for listening. You have one monster in front of you, the monster of corruption. As a young leader, the corrupt people will fight you. Stand very firm and resist corruption. I want to say, you invited the friend of West Nile to be the guest of honor here, and that's why I came. In the 11th Parliament, we had fights over electricity issues. We needed somebody to lift our hand, and there was almost nobody until the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa took leadership of the government chief whip. When we were acting funny on the floor of Parliament, many people did not understand us. But Thomas Tayebwa understood us. And later, when he became the Deputy Speaker of the 11th Parliament, we were mobilizing and organizing to move a motion on electricity issues. The Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa gave Honorable Songa, myself, Honorable Atima, and many other members time to raise the electricity issues of West Nile. And I want to stand here to say that the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa is the correct friend of West Nile.
Our beloved guest of honor, none other than the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, the Deputy Speaker of the 11th Parliament, and your entourage, the security team present, honorable members of Parliament, religious leaders, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you very warmly this afternoon. As already introduced, my name is Atima Jackson Lee Buti. Oya Suruko Oya Diniko. I am the Member of Parliament outgoing for Arua Central Division, Arua City. I also double as outgoing government regional whip for West Nile. Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, our beloved guest of honor, I join my colleague, Honorable Feta, and the entire population of West Nile to warmly welcome you to Arua City and West Nile as a whole. Secondly, I take the honor to congratulate my beloved brother, Engineer Lawrence Alonzi, for the victory you got during the recently concluded elections. We will rally our support behind you to make sure you deliver this city. I wish you the best in your tenure. Congratulations. Thank you.
Ruani botu pilili ruya Yesu nilizo kore Akini ruani botu pilili ruya Alionzi ni pezo kore Aivu East oye Aivu West oye Arua Central Division oye Arua City oye The guest of honor, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, the Deputy Speaker of the 11th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the Deputy Speaker of the 12th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, and the Speaker of the 13th Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the members of parliament and the members of parliament elect, religious leaders, members of academia, ba madumani nzito Arua City hadi yazimi avamboros. To all of you who traveled on my own behalf and on behalf of the great people of Arua City, welcome to Arua City. Please do not get worried about the rain. What is a mayor if you can't withstand a mere rain? Now, so much could be said tonight, but I come bearing only but words of gratitude. Firstly to God. Ala warfo Mungu ni odu mana patu subaka yonzini agara mi agata ga perondres mi yonva gadu chone agaku. Edozu da itazu wa Mungu marumo vinjizaro. Some of us have too much evidence for the existence and the glory of God. So much so that whereas many have learned to trust in chariots and horses, we have learned to trust in the name of the Lord. And this evening is a testament to that effect. I want to thank you, the guest of honor, for sparing time to come up to Arua City and for withstanding the weather to be with us until this moment. You see, during the preparation, I was chatting with Hazrat Medina, and she said, since the Deputy Speaker is very busy and we have postponed, why don't we consider getting somebody else? I said, no, it can only be the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, and we will postpone 100 times until he comes. And I have a reason for that. You see, Right Honorable, to some of us young people, you're not just a speaker. You're a generational leader who we voluntarily have accepted to subscribe ourselves to. You're more of a king who subject themselves voluntarily to his rule. And for us, you're not an everyday deputy speaker. You're a generational leader to whom we subscribe. And that is why it was more than befitting to have you as the guest of honor for this function. I want to thank my team that I work with, the task force, the team of elders, the ground team, the advanced team, the call center. If you could please stand up. Those people you see standing are what most people refer to as foot soldiers. These men walked hungry, woke up very early, walked kilometers to make sure Alionzi Lawrence was the mayor of Arua City. I want you to know I am grateful. I want to find it and get it. To all the leaders of West Nile who are here, let it be known that you are here purely on WhatsApp invitation. Many of you have traveled distances from Kampala to be here. I wanted you to know that I am grateful to you. Right Honorable Speaker, West Nile lags behind by 10 years. Because from 1979 to about 1989, while other people were going to school and doing business, our people were in South Sudan and DRC because of political instability. Now, ideally, when you're left behind in a race, to catch up, you must run faster than everybody else. Unfortunately, we are not. It is not because we don't have good quality leaders. West Nile doesn't have the insufficiency of good leaders, as you could see when many of them were speaking. But you see, even if you have the newest engine and the best tires and the most durable body of a car, they are useless on their own until they come together, work as one. That is when they make a car that can actually drive. So until we rise above personal political glories to the glory of West Nile, will only be but isolated good leaders who can achieve but very little. If I have said anything this evening, may it be that I have appealed to your logical and emotional selves to please come together, if not for your own sake, for the sake of the offices you occupy, to drive what I will term as the West Nile agenda. Many of you know more than I do what to do. When Honorable Feta spoke here, you will see somebody who knows what to do. The question will be, why has something not been done? Because one man is not enough. We need all of us combined together. Arua City ya Idri, Alevin our forfeit. Sometimes when I say the great people of Arua City, my friend St. Peter Ivan, who is a former Girl President of Makerere University, says this man is politicking. It is only people of Arua City who can take a leap of faith on a 25-year-old to become mayor of a new city. And that is why I think they are great. Your vote is a debt, and one I intend to repay tenfold, especially if the likes of Honorable Soru Morin continue to be supportive. And by that I mean the rest of the leaders. Arua City has very untapped potential. Very untapped potential. And that is the opportunity. We could do so much with this city if only we came together to do so. Yes, we take over the city at a very young age. Arua City sits at the border. And the opportunities are only limited by our imagination. To everybody here who is not from Arua, I'm inviting you to please come and do business in Arua because we shall make it easier for you. Starting with the Deputy Speaker, because I know yourself are a businessman. Please come and invest in Arua. We shall make it very easy for you because we want those factories to come. We want those jobs for our young men and women. So if you're here and you have some money, please come and invest. But starting with our own people. Sande karame jeba dati, mimi biashara nje rudia, amange make sure remedi wako koro biashara ngazo. Sizuri ya politics oko dibo politics is done now. Ba mare de idri. Ikadri agupi ni ko ku idi odi. Ikadele mi mvo ko yara mate agupi amvale mi okone ka zanvale. Mi okone ka pazanvo osia ni nzini mvala te ku mi agini tai. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the people of Arua City. I am inviting you all to please accept my apologies. Akandra mi pa turetwa mateke teke. Ikandra ma pa tura atru dimi nya agadia bina matru so date. Let it be known that I invited everybody that I contested with to this function. And all of them accepted, but a couple were taken away last minute, including my senior, my elder brother and uncle, His worship was Sam Nyakua. He got taken away in the very last minute. But he had agreed to come and he would have been here. So I have reconciled with these people already. Please, the voters, also reconcile among yourselves.
I want to thank you. Alionzi, I wish you very well. I know you have the capacity. Makerere does not train failures. A Makerere oil, a winning oil. Those of us who passed through the gates of that great university, we shall never fail, whatever the challenge is. We shall never fail, whatever the challenge is. And therefore, before you is a very huge city with very minimal resources, with a very huge expectation. This city here, the suburbs are all in darkness. There is no electricity. Electricity is only in the center. That's part of the reason why people voted us out. They said, you are talking about electricity, but we are not seeing the electricity. So, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, the issue of rural education, the national access is at 25.5%. The regional access of West Nile is at 6% as a region. So taking electricity to the people should be a major agenda of the government in the next 5 years. And now that the person who sits in the chair when the budget committee is presenting to the House is here, I am confident we are speaking to the final power, nearer to the final power. I pledge you my support. I will always be here for you. We are taking sabbatical leave. We shall not be absent, we shall be present, but watching what you guys are doing. We shall not challenge you. We wish you well. I thank you very much.
I'm glad to be here, and I want to start by apologizing because I made my brother postpone some time back because of other duties, and then we fixed 28th, and then another program came up, and I requested him to adjust, and you graciously allowed him so that we can come in today. I want to thank you for coming in big numbers to support him. I want to also congratulate the people of Arua and West Nile for strongly supporting the NRM and President Museveni. You know, I came here during the campaigns. I was here around 2 times. I had a few meetings because I was focusing on reconciliation. Some we succeeded, some we didn't succeed. But at the end of the day, you supported NRM strongly, and you had a very strong voluntary spirit of supporting this government, and I want to congratulate you on that. My sister Medina was always updating me, and then our brother, the chairman for Northern Uganda, Honorable Hamson Obua, you worked very closely with him, and my senior brother Todong, to ensure that you coordinate with the members of parliament and the Nyekundire groups and the NRM structures to deliver. Now, since you delivered, what is next? Because I usually don't like attending celebrations, because to me this is not a celebration. It's a launch of starting to work. If we take it as a celebration, coming, eating, well and good, that's it. But to me, we are launching work. We are launching work because Alionzi has given an answer to what the Honorable Kassiano Wadri was raising. Why you are doing bad in terms of development. You lost a lot of time because of insecurity. It is people of West Nile and Arua that should protect now the security that we have. Because for you, you know the impact of insecurity. So I hope you are going to put in all the effort, which I know you're already doing, but more and more effort, because you exposed porous borders in the DRC, South Sudan, So I request you to protect the security and peace you have jealously, so that you don't go back. Me, I know Arua as a center of money. I don't think in Uganda we have entrepreneurs like the ones we have in West Nile. I don't think so. But now I also want to caution you, because your MPs have been coming to me over the issue of smuggling. You cannot build the business and the economy based on smuggling. Serious business requires serious ethics. You recent URA, I know we have intervened on several occasions when they were very brutal. We came in, and I remember there was a time I requested the Minister for Finance to come here with the Commissioner General. One of them came here, talked to you. I hope now we can build a strong West Nile economy that is on the right path of you paying your taxes and then asking government for service delivery. That would be much, much better. So, Arua City is the economic heartbeat of West Nile. Not only West Nile, but the country. Because me, I did a lot of business in South Sudan. I think whatever I have in terms of money, I got it from South Sudan. But most of the people I was working with, for example, Mr. Taban Idi, were from here. We worked extremely closely, and up now we work extremely closely from a business perspective. You are very trustworthy people, you know how to do business, and I'm very sure if we support you strongly, you yourselves, you're going to build this city. So we are going to focus on supporting you. I want to pay a special tribute to the MPs from West Nile for the unity. And you picked out critical issues. The issues you picked out to do with West Nile being connected to the national grid. I remember when I was in the tennis parliament, we fought so hard to bring generators from Tororo to come in and step in for Nyagak. Because Nyagak was only beaming, some little light here. But now you're connected to the national grid. But getting connected to the national grid, what are you using it for? I think the new MPs of 12th Parliament and the leaders, and Honorable Bakoku, you have to ensure that now we move quickly to start on the industrial park, which we have identified in Nebi. That industrial park in Nebi, so that, because you see, I'm worried about most of the businessmen from here. Most of you, you're traders, okay? You need to be manufacturers because you have the money. We only need to guide you, we support you, we give you land in the industrial park, we identify for you the right partners, and you start developing industry capacity of West Nile. Now that you have electricity, you have water, I don't know why you can't develop and have industries here. The industries we have here would serve South Sudan, would serve DRC. It's a huge, huge market. Number two, as you know, we are now going to work on the Karuma Bridge. I know Pakwachi Bridge also, you're having issues. So the new MPs, you should work as a team to ensure that you push and we support you on Pakwachi Bridge. We also work on it. Service delivery. These MPs are going to fight for money to come here. But money will be stolen. Money will be eaten if you are not sharp. I know my brother Job Matua is here, a crusader for anti-corruption. He will give you sleepless nights if you start seeing them. But I know Alionzi. Maybe I should have first told you where I got him. These are the young people we supported from Makerere. We identified and modeled. And now I'm really, really proud of you. So, you are not on your own. You are our ambassador. If you fail, we shall have all failed. Hajat Medina, you're praising. My sister also, you're praising. We shall all have failed if you fail. They will say you brought us a wrong person. You just brought us a young man who had no experience. That's what they would say. When I was coming for deputy speaker, that's what they were saying. Saying, you're too young, you're impatient. Okay? I said, but most of us are young. So why do you want us to be read by... And I insisted, you know. So, but it will require you to focus on service delivery. Don't go in bed with the technical people. Me, wherever I go and I find a chairperson of a district is praised by the technical people, I sense trouble. Because they eat together. Where we send money, because you find in one district, more or less the same terrain, a kilometer of Maram road, they are using 60 million. Then in the second sub-county, or in another neighboring district, they are using 20 million. Why? So, we are going to support you, and I'm going to be your ambassador, like you have said, and you have requested. Because I love it when leaders are working together. When the West Nile, and thank you for reminding me, Honorable Feta. Honorable Feta and the West Nile MPs had decided to cause trouble and near undress on the floor over tobacco because we had paid for Bunyoro. We had cleared the bill of tobacco farmers in Bunyoro. So when he came to my office, even threatening me with my security, this Feta, if he looks you in the face, Feta came and said he had a Tima, he had Osoru, and this Osoru is my friend, but when she gets the microphone, she turns against me. It's trouble. So when they came and said, right Honorable, today, no peace on the floor. We need money for tobacco. I said, okay, my brother, so I have a meeting with the president, so give me the document, I'm going to see what I can do. So that's when I told the president, and he said, no, let's get money. So I'm happy my sister, Ivry Nanite, has come. Because whenever Ivry Nanite has been advocating so much for the industrial park in Imebi. So whenever MPs support her, we get the money and we build that industrial park in Imebi. So we shall support you, Arionzi. We shall give you, I was talking to the other day, I happen to know some good friends from here, including the DPP. The DPP is from here, the Director Public Prosecutions, and we were discussing about the developments of this area. And also Ime, the Deputy MD, National Water. Because I was asking him, what can we do for the city? We don't want you to be a city which is like a municipality. We must now provide money to support you so that you're a city. You're not a municipality. You're not like Anita's Koboko, because Koboko is a municipality. Isaac is maybe here. So we have a plan as a government of supporting the cities, special infrastructure support and financial support to transform you into clear cities. But I hope on service delivery, you're going for up money meant to push people out of poverty, like PDM, because we are now going to have special programs for cities and all that. I request you, Arionzi, and I know, I'm preaching to the converted. I know you very well. You're my young brother. If Alionzi doesn't deliver, I will lock him in my room and we shall sort ourselves. That's how Wachiga do it. I will not allow him to embarrass us. I'll be monitoring properly and then working with the MPs. So I request you work with other leaders. And don't go into politics of saying I'm NRM. So work closely Don't bring your national politics into service delivery in Arua. Work together, okay? And if you work as a team and Muzaid sees you welcoming him, you never know, he might join you. But if you start looking at him as if he's opposition, then it becomes a problem. So work closely as a team. For us, we shall support you. Working with my sister, the Speaker, you count on our support. The issue of access to electricity, I'm going to take it up seriously. So we are going to arrange, I will arrange a special meeting with the minister. I sent the minister several times, Minister for Energy. I would arrange a special meeting again with the minister. You discuss the issue of electricity in the city. Because you're a city. I don't see how a city we can fail to have electricity. Yet we have the program of last mile connection. Okay? So I'm going to follow up that with the minister to ensure that indeed it is sorted. Then the issue of reconciliation, I'm happy you started on it. I would encourage you, honorable colleagues, and anyone whose election didn't go well, give a chance to the colleagues who went through. Because I have seen some MPs have suffered so much and failed on service delivery because they are ever in court. You're in court, petition. So I encourage the leaders, and I love the tone of Feta when you raised it. If there is any issue, let us talk to the elders, they reconcile us, so that this court does not help. You know, court does not bring unity. So we should take advantage of our religious leaders and ensure that indeed we deliver. To sponsor that request you made for the counselors, for the training, I will sponsor that, and I'm sure it will help you so much in terms of exposure on how other cities work. So once you're sworn in, you know, now you're not yet the mayor. Now you're on Kameme. Okay? So once you're sworn in, we shall work together and we ensure that is delivered. Finally, I've had very many questions, very many people saying, you know, give an opportunity to the young people, do what? But West Nile, you've done it very well. Because President Museveni has created a situation, an atmosphere for young people to come up and lead. If we fail, we shall have failed on our own. I don't know whether we want him to carry us into positions. But look at West Nile. Look at Hone Evanite, how old is she? Look at Medina, how old is she? Now look at Alionzi. Look at Osoru here. Look at Lenia. Look at the leaders you have. So it is us who are supposed to serve as examples to other young people. We have been given an opportunity. I request you young people, we shouldn't betray our president. Good thing, we already have leaders, young people who have been given opportunities. And you've seen what they've done. You have seen what Honorable Todong has done in the party. You have seen what our younger brother, our elder brother, General MK, has done in the military. Security now, we have the most proud military in the country, being led by a person whom people are saying is young. You know? Now see a mayor. So we have already shown you a way. We've already given you a blueprint. We only need to support each other. The problem we have, we don't support each other as young people. And then we believe in money all the time. Money, you call a meeting, money. Leaders are no longer calling meetings for development. If an MP calls a meeting, you ask him for money. But this is a meeting to develop you. You know? Money, everything, money. I request you give your MPs a chance. We are going to work together. West Nile MPs are the most organized MPs, and I'm very, very sure. And I request the outgoing MPs, you do a full file and you hand over to the incoming MPs, so that they know where to begin from. Okay? That's a good way of having a very, very clear foundation. I want to thank you. I'm now declaring myself as an ambassador as you requested. And I'm going to report back to the president. I tell him the love you have for him, and also to think about our colleagues who didn't make it in parliament. The NRM has a big family. The president's house is big. He has a special love for West Nile. West Nile, you delivered a huge, huge mandate for the NRM, and we want to thank you. And I do hope that we shall reciprocate through service delivery. May God bless you for God and my country.
The mayors, RCC,